Hello to everyone in TV land. This is Focus on Liberia online television, and you're listening to the Focus on Liberia Daily News with Gwendolyn Dorado. I bring you the headlines. Red Cross urges swift response to storm disaster in Bong County. Cape Town fix to energy crisis. Liberia Women Forum calls for end to political rhetoric amid rising tensions. NASCOP Deputy Director dismissed for gross insubordination. And Central Bank Governor clarifies status of old banknotes amid transition to new currency. Those were the headlines, and I'll bring you the news in details. The Liberian National Red Cross Society is urgently calling for a rapid and coordinated response to address the devastating impact of a violent storm that struck Gamut Town, Panta District in Bong County on March 16th and 17th. The storm has left a trail of destruction affecting at least 157 people, with 106 houses completely and partially damaged. As a result, 140 individuals are currently displaced, seeking refuge in nearby villages and towns, and are in the need of immediate assistance for temporary shelters, food, assorted clothing, and cooking utensils. A team of dedicated Red Cross volunteers is on the ground, tirelessly assessing the extent of damage and evaluating the urgent needs of the communities. The Secretary General of the Liberian Red Cross said they are mobilizing resources and support to provide essential aid to those impacted the devastating event. In the light of the emergency, the Liberian Red Cross is reaching out to individuals, organizations, and partners, urging them to join the response efforts to alleviate the suffering of the storm-affected people. Despite the expenditure of nearly $1 billion United States dollars to revive Liberia's shattered energy sector that was destroyed as a result of the 14-year civil conflict, the supply of stable electricity remains far from coming to fruition, thus making the LEC, the Public Utility Corporation, responsible to ensure the generation, supply, and transmission of electricity to households and businesses, the most heavily criticized public services delivery entity in the country. The situation has claimed the attention of members of the Senate Committee on Lands, Mines and Energy, Natural Resources and Environment, headed by Grand Cape Mount Senator Seymour Taylor. Speaking when he appeared for public hearing before the committee at the Capitol building on Monday, March 18, Mr. Captain admitted that Liberia is currently faced with an energy crisis and justified that the current management team of the corporation cannot be held liable for the inadequate supply of electricity in the country. He also stated that any country that fails to invest in its energy infrastructure development will face similar problems Liberia and its citizens are experiencing. Mr. Cartan said the LEC does not have the capacity to produce the required energy, and further noted that it is extremely costly to run generators to support electricity during the dry season. The senators have been questioning the placement of Liberia's energy sector squarely into the hands of the World Bank and other international partners. They further stressed the need of a robust awareness campaign on the usage, prevention, and control of energy in the country. They are expected to forward a report to the plenary upon the return from the first constituency break. The Liberia Women Forum, LWF, has issued a call for the dampening of escalating political rhetoric in the country when in recent times Liberia witnessed heightened political discord, with citizens expressing dissatisfaction across various sectors. As an advocacy group focused on women's welfare, the LWF emphasizes that such tensions do not bode well for ordinary citizens, especially women and children. Madam Kadi Coleman Port, president of the Liberia Women Forum, expressed concerns about the prevailing political climate, stating, "When listening to radio or watching the internet talk shows, you hear a list of grievances from all walks of life." She further stated, "While all is important for democracy, Madam Port strongly condemned speech that fosters division among Liberians and has the potential to incite violence." The LWF president called on the government, led by President Joseph Yoma Boakai, to listen to the people and create an inclusive environment, and also urged to take decisive action to prevent the situation from spiraling out of control. The Liberian Women Forum has embarked on projects to help women improve their life by providing funds to open small businesses, find jobs to sustain themselves, and also provide scholarships to deserving girls at various schools. With immediate effect, His Excellency Joseph Yoma Boakai Sr., President of the Republic of Liberia, has relieved Madam Kamina Cephas Yeke from her role as Deputy Director General of the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation, citing allegation of gross insubordination. The action, disclosed via a statement from the Executive Mansion on Thursday, March 21st, comes in response to concerns regarding Madam Yeke's failure to adhere to the expected standards of conduct for public servant. The statement released emphasized President Boakai's unwavering commitment to integrity and accountability in governance, while acknowledging Madam Yeke's previous contributions to NASCAP. The president stressed that her actions were incompatible with the nation's best interests. He reassured the public that his decision was made with confidence and aimed to uphold the integrity of NASCAP. The dismissal follows recent speculation surrounding appointment within the Boakai's administration on March 4th. Tensions arose when authorities at NASCAP resisted the appointment of Councillor Movi Kane as new Director General without an official announcement from the Executive Mansion, claiming transparency and official announcements on the government's website. The presence of prominent figures during the attempted appointment, including Bon County Senator Prince Moyi and Unity Party officials, adds complexity to the situation. Liberia's central bank governor, J. Aloysius Talu, has issued a cautionary statement to Liberians emphasizing the continued validity of the old banknotes while urging acceptance and exchange for the new currency. In an interview with reporters recently in Monrovia, Governor Talu clarified that despite the Central Bank of Liberia is setting a deadline of March 31st to phase out the old banknotes from circulation, they remain legal tender beyond the deadline. Concerns have emerged in the Liberian market as some vendors refuse to accept the old banknotes, citing worries over their validity. Governor Talu appealed to both vendors and citizens alike to recognize the legitimacy of the old currency and to facilitate its exchange either at commercial banks or directly with the central bank. With the March 31st deadline looming, Governor Talu's statements aims to reassure the public and encourage a smooth transition to the new currency. That does it for the Focus on Liberia Daily News. I bring you a recap of the headlines. Red Cross urges swift response to storm disaster in Bowen County. Captains fix to energy crisis. Liberia Women Forum calls for end to political rhetorics amid rising tensions. NASCOP Deputy Director dismissed for growth in subordination, and Central Bank Governor clarifies status of old banknotes amid transition to new currency. On behalf of the management and staff of Focus on Liberia, many thanks to our listeners and viewers. We urge that you keep following us and share our videos. My name is Gwendolyn Dorado. I presented.